It is not here. Suspects. Next is Yonga. My name is Kariki.
To enable the investigating officer and the investigating team to conclude investigations in the matter.
But for purposes of this affidavit, it's before you, Your Honor, it is sworn. And this is not a trial so far.
Your Honor, post-mortem of the deceased was conducted on 21st of October 2022 at Kenyatta University Funeral Home. And Your Honor, for purposes of these proceedings, the cause of death was found to be severe head injury due to blunt force trauma. Samples were collected for further analysis from the body of the deceased. We have annexed a copy of the postmortem to the further affidavit. Fourthly, the first area which is yet to be covered is a search for a missing person, namely John Mwikiriria Mwangi of ID number 3299774. At the moment, the investigating team are still operating on theories, possible theories, as to the whereabouts of this man who was a servant to the deceased or a servant in the matrimonial home of the deceased and the first respondent. So at the moment, there has been no conclusive finding about his whereabouts. So our concern is, Your Honor, if the respondents are released, particularly the first respondent, the search for this missing person may be jeopardized, especially if especially or in the event that he was also murdered. There is still need for the investigating team to pursue. There is hope. Probably there could be operating on hope that he may be alive, but it is not yet concluded whether he's alive or not. At the moment, as we speak, no file has been submitted to ODPP because there is no complete file. The file is incomplete. And so there is nothing for the DPP to act upon at this particular time. We still await the file from the DCI. Your Honor, I wish to conclude by saying that there is also time required for the respondents to undergo psychiatric assessment in case or subject to direction from the DPP. If they are found culpable for any offense, in particular in this case, offense of murder or otherwise, they're supposed to undergo psychiatric assessment, which assessment requires them to be present, to be escorted by the investigating team. In conclusion, Your Honor, this matter has elicited huge public interest. The family of the deceased, which I believe are represented before this court, as well as the public, are awaiting to know what happened to the deceased person. That mandate falls on the DCI, represented in court, as well as the DPP. So we are, in the interest of justice, we are asking this court to grant the investigating team an additional 7 days, which period will be utilized to conclude investigations. Part of the days will be used to conclude investigation. Part of it will be used to peruse the file and give express directions on the action to be taken in the interest of justice in this matter. It's a serious offense with huge public interest.
The fact that there is actually no authority to extend time the way the authorities here are asking you to do. But Yonga, you were sympathetic and granted them 7 days. Instead of them using those 7 days, they have come here to test your patience and asking you to regularize. They are keeping these people in custody for longer than required. It is inappropriate. It is unjust. And my friend here quotes public interest. Yes, this is a matter of public interest, but it is not in the public interest to have pretrial detention without cause and without reason. It is not in the interest of justice, Yonga, to detain people at the pressure of investigating officers so that they can have their good time holding people in custody against the law. This is a court of law. This is a law, Yonga. This is a court that is bound to rule and decide matters on the law that is provided. Before you, still without any charge. We cannot give